Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Weitzman, okay? And I'm a speaker, and I'm just going to go over some stuff that I have in the bag here for you that you might notice, you might use before. I got my coffee. You need that all the time. I got my brush. I don't know if you use a brush. I got my toothbrush that I use. I use my razor. Gotta have that. I have lipstick. Don't get any ideas. I have my nail polish. I got my lip balm. I got my newspaper. Gotta have that. I got my DVD. Need to watch that. And my CD. And use the radio. Got my cigarettes. Anyone smoke cigarettes? It's bad, but I got my cigarettes. Gotta have my alcohol. I got my alcohol here. Need that when I'm going. I got my map. I got my book. I got my water. I got my GPS. I got my soda. I got my sandwich for eating. I got my glasses that I put on. Then I have my medicine or drugs. And I have my pad and pen. And not, of course, the last thing I have is my phone. You know what, people? Guess where I'm going? I'm going driving. I'm going driving. Now, the reason I do this is because I always think props help. And this is just some of the distractions that we have when we're driving. There are so many more. What I'm trying to do is really make a difference in everybody's in this room right now and everyone else, that when you get into the car, you remember me, you remember my idea, and hopefully I will help you prevent an accident and save your life, and at the same time, also stop all these type of distractions when driving. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing this. You probably have no idea, but the reason I do this is about 5 years ago. I was driving, I have an 11-year-old and 14-year-old at the time. We had a house in Pennsylvania. I was going through a divorce at the time, and I was taking them back, and the roads were kind of snowy on the road, but only about a half an inch. But you know how the tires make their own tracks? As long as you stay along the tracks, you're fine. I was going down there, not going that fast, and all of a sudden, for some reason, I skidded, went and did a 180 on the road, was going backwards about 40 miles an hour for 6 seconds. I had no idea what was going to happen next. I looked at my kids and said, "I'm sorry, guys." And at that moment, I had no idea. And then all of a sudden, bang! I hit a tree going backwards 45 miles an hour. The car was smashed. My daughter in the front was okay. I was a little bleeding. But my daughter in the back, my 11-year-old, I said, "Are you okay? And this is why I'm here today." She turned around and said, "Daddy, I think I'm okay." I said, "Let me take a look." And that's when I saw, I swear to God, people, it looked like her brain and blood was gushing out. At that moment, she says, "Daddy, am I okay?" I said, "Yeah, you're fine." I lied, got out of the car and said, "Get her the blank out of here." At that moment, they pried out of the car, the ambulance came, and just before they're about to airlift her to a hospital in Lehigh, Pennsylvania, and I had to go to Scranton with my other daughter, my last words my daughter said were, "Daddy, I'm scared." And at that moment, she's up at the other hospital. I had to wait 3 hours if she was alive or dead. I got the word. She's fine. 45 stitches behind her head. There is not one stitch problem with her. Mentally, physically, emotionally, she is fine. My other daughter's fine. There's not a problem. But here's the thing. Why has it made an impact in me to go out speaking about others, about driving safety? Why am I now teaching the 6-hour defensive driving course? Why do I want to do this? Because when I was driving, I had my eyes on the road and had my hands on the wheel. This is the steering wheel from my car that's left over. But you know what's amazing, people? It's not the eyes on the road and the hands on the wheel. I almost died and my two daughters because my mind was distracted for 2 seconds. That's all it took. And we had the accident and I almost lost my life and my kids. So whether you believe in God or not, He's given me an opportunity as a second chance, go out, pay it forward, and help others about this major problem that we have right now on the roads. So I told you, I speak on many subjects, not just on distraction when driving and driving safety. I consider myself an educational, motivational, inspirational, entertaining, humorous, memorable, maximum impact awareness speaker. Now, if you say that 6 times fast, you will get $100. Actually, you just got $100, but don't spend it. The point I'm trying to make is there are things that need to be done in this problem right now. One of the ideas that I came about, because these are just some of the distractions. There's so many more. There's other things that are not distractions, they're just problems, like speeding, or you're talking not using your directionals. That's a big one. That's on my top 5, which I'll go over. But drinking and driving is still number 1. Drinking and eating. Texting when driving, of course. You hear that all the time. Reading. I don't get it. Reading a book or reading a newspaper or reading anything when you're driving. Your eyes are going like this. Look. Same like texting, the same thing. And then, of course, my favorite one is the makeup and the grooming and the shaving. I don't get it, people. It's like I say these words, what are you kidding me? Because I'm driving and I see someone putting on makeup, it bothers me because, it doesn't make sense. Because I teach the course, as I said, and they showed a video. There was a lady 2 years ago that was putting on makeup, and she got into an accident. She's fine. She didn't die. No problem at all. But when they got to the hospital, they had to pull her finger out of her eye. When I tell that story to the high school students, and I asked the question first, how many people put on makeup? I did it first. Some people raised their hands. And when I told that, at the end of the presentation, she said, I'm never going to put on makeup again. That's my point. People like myself, there are other organizations that are teaching how to be better drivers and all these different things. But since something happened to me, I think I have, and maybe something's happened to you and other people, that it's an awareness and all about a repetition of getting something going. So what I've done is I've come up with a very simple idea, which is very simple, and I hope you can, when you leave today, you will remember these 3 letters called EMH. EMH is very simple. So when you leave here, you'll think of EMH. What EMH stands for is you keep your eyes on the road, your mind on your driving, and of course, your hands on the wheel. EMH. But I go a step further on that. EMH to me means more. When you take the words, keep your eyes on the road, eyes and road. What's the first letter of eyes and the first letter of road? What do you get when you put it together? You don't want ER. Mind on your driving. You want your mind on your driving. What's the first letter of mind? What's the first letter of driving? Put them together. You don't want MD. But what you do want, this we won't get, is hands on the wheel, H and W, which is exactly what you want when you're driving and what you want in your beautiful life. You want to be happy and you want to be well. So I'm trying to make a movement, statewide, nationwide, to get people to stop the craziness, the multitasking, all the stuff that's going on. People talk about texting all day long. Do you understand? This is not even 15% of all deaths that are happening right now. Drinking and driving is still 30%. You hear of texting all day long because it's a very popular thing going on right now with the youth and the older people too. But I'm telling you, people, we have a major problem. In 2012, this is an amazing stat, there were 5.5 million accidents in the United States. 5.5 million. You know what that means? There's 15,000 accidents a day in the United States. Out of that, 2.3 million people got seriously hurt. That's 2.3. And there's over 34,000 deaths. That means about 100 a day people are dying from car accidents. It boggles my mind. And the other reason why I'm doing this is not just to promote my service, but of course to try to get speaking gigs, if you want to call it, at the high schools and colleges and all these different places regarding the idea that I come up with in EMH, and also really try to prevent accidents and save lives. It's also, think about this for a minute. When you have an accident or someone dies, and even if they have insurance or they don't have insurance, who's paying for that? Do you have an idea? Everyone in this room is paying for that. It goes into our health insurance. It goes into our auto insurance. It goes into our taxes. It goes into future Social Security. Yeah, it's a noble thing I'm trying to do is less accidents, less deaths. That's number one goal. I want people to be not hurt, and I want them to be alive. And then the second one is I like everybody to have less debts and have a better thing that way, have more money in their pocket. So this is just some of the stuff. Another thing is regarding the 6-hour defensive driving course. Anyone here has taken the course at all, ever, even years ago? Even I took it years ago. I don't have to take it now since I teach it. Not that many, which is exactly less than 20% of the United States have taken the course. It boggles my mind. Yes, you get up to 10% on your insurance, and maybe 4 points if you have it on your license be taken off. I don't sell it for that reason. I want you to see what's going on out there. I'm not trying to scare you. It's not a scare tactic. It's trying to give you the awareness that you need to do your part. Because when you leave here today, you could be going down the street, somebody's texting, goes right into you, and you're gone. You're dead. And that bothers me. So it's going to take a long way to get this fixed, but I'm going to try. Another thing is, I got a question for you. How many people here in this room, and I swear I won't tell anyone, I swear, who talk on the phone when they're driving? I'll put my thing in. All right. 60% of drivers use cell phones when driving. Regarding the hands-free versus the handheld, do you think there are more accidents with handheld versus hand-free? What do you think? I would think so, right? There's no difference. The mind is being distracted, whether you have that or you're talking to the console, the YouTube, or the wire. It makes no difference, people. So try to understand that too. The next time you grab a sandwich or a coffee or change the radio station, just for that 1 second, your eyes are on the station, you're not on the road. It goes on and on and on. I'm telling you. You don't get it. EMH. Keep your eyes on the road, your mind on driving, your hands on the wheel. That's it, people. Also, there's been studies. How many of you eat and drive? Anybody? Anybody eat and drive when you're in the car? Come on, I'm sure there's more than that. All right. Well, 86% of the people that drive are eating and drinking, or drinking when they're driving. It's phenomenal. What do you think is the worst thing that people do in their car that's almost like blows everyone away? It's drinking. What do you think it is? Coffee. It's the coffee. Coffee is the biggest problem that people are doing. And there was a situation that I just saw in one of the videos that a kid, 19 years old, with his wife, just got married, driving on the road, no problem at all, drinking coffee. The coffee spilt on his lap. He veered a little bit to the left, ran over a guy that was 45, killed him on a bicycle. That's it, done. Just like that. And just like the lady that was putting on makeup that had the finger, you know where, there's so many things that are going out there. And it's all about repetition and awareness and using the right choices. And hopefully you guys will pass this on to other people about not doing certain things. I mean, talking on the phone or just talking, have a conversation in the car. It takes your mind off your driving. How many times oh God, I missed my exit. Come on, give me a break. No one's here had that? Come on. It has nothing to do with a senior moment, okay? It's really bad. Reaction times are just terrible. How many people read and driving? That's another one. It's just, what can you do besides that? You also got to make sure your tires have tread on it. You also have to make sure your brakes are working properly. You have your seatbelt on. The wipers have fluid. The wipers are working. The maintenance of the car, that's the big thing. And everything else, it's all about not doing anything but just keeping your mind on your driving. The other thing is, this thing is not a smartphone. Everyone calls it a smartphone. I don't call it that. It's really a very, very, very stupid phone, or should I say, the person that's using it is really the dummy, because this has gone too far. Alcohol, as I told you, is still the #1 problem, drinking and driving. But texting is skyrocketing. It's not just the teenagers. That's the worst problems with them. It is beyond belief because people want answers right away. I don't know, maybe because of sales or something, but it's beyond belief what's going on. Uh, Everyone see a tractor trailer? This one, unfortunately, you're gonna not like. Anyone know what a tractor trailer looks like? You know how those big tractor trailers? You have any idea how much they weigh? Any idea? Unloaded, they weigh about 20,000 pounds. Loaded, about 30,000 pounds. When you're driving and your car is about 3,000 to 4,000 pounds, and that guy maybe just cuts you off a little bit, and the next time you decide to go like this to that driver, think twice, because 30,000 pounds, 4,000 pounds, let's see who's going to win this. It's not going to be me. So please, the biggest problem is also road rage. It is gone berserk. There's a comedian, which is not funny, but he does a routine on this, because it seems like everybody else in this room, like me, I'm a nice guy. I'm a really nice guy. I'm passionate. You can see the passion coming oozing right out. I'm a passionate guy, affectionate guy. It's nice. But there's so many people, when they get in the car, it's like The Exorcist. I mean, the head spins, the pea soup. It's like I'm gonna kill. You cut me off. Your mother. How do you know the guy's mother? How do you know the guy's mother? He just cut you off just a little bit, and you want to kill his mother? It doesn't make sense. You're like turning into a complete maniac when you're in the car. I got this missile here, and I'm gonna fucking kill. Oh, sorry, my friend. I'm gonna kill. It doesn't make sense. So the next time someone's tailgating you, or someone cuts you off, don't give the finger. Don't do anything. Don't instigate. Just move forward. So I can go on forever. The last thing, this will be the last thing. There are many, many things I can go on, and I can speak for an hour. I also do comedy on the side. The point is, I just want you to understand, I will leave some cards if anyone didn't get any. You want to use me for any services, and most importantly, if you know any other organizations, not just Rotaries and Chambers, or high schools, connections, anybody, colleges, doesn't matter, that I can help, because I'm not stopping on this. This is my destiny, this is my mission, and I am going to do what I can to prevent accidents and save lives. So everybody, recap. What does EMH stand for? Mind on the driving. Very good. So thank you, enjoy EMH, and have a safe trip home.
Thank you, Michael. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to be walking home. If somebody want to drive my car, they can. Our next mixer is May 29th. Yeah, 29th. It's going to be at Rochester